Hello everyone, it's about 9:15. It's later than I wanted to do this, but I've been a bit busy, so yeah, doesn't really matter. Don't matter. Um, yeah, so today's been alright. Just a diet first. I had a scrambled egg for breakfast on toast. Um, I had that at college though, because I woke up late. Um, and it was bad. It was really bad. So I won't be doing that again, which is a good thing. Um, and yeah, then had an apple for a snack. Then had a chicken salad sandwich for my lunch. Then had a protein shake, and I just had turkey chili, and it was amazing. It was so good, and it's actually kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because I asked Jess on Tuesday. I said, look, I've been really craving chili. Like, can I do like a turkey minced chili? And he thought about it for a bit and said, yeah, you can, but only on your high carb days, which is fine. Like, I get why he explained it. Um, and today's my first high carb day. Well, not my first high carb day, but is a high carb day. After that, so the first after that, that's what I was going to say. So it's the first high carb day after that, and yeah, I had turkey chili, which was really freaking nice. But as I said, it's a double-edged sword because I finished it. I ate it quite slowly because I thought I know if I eat this quickly, I just going to want like a lot more. So I ate it quite slowly, and yeah, I wasn't full. I could have definitely eaten more, but it was still really nice. So that's kind of the double-edged sword that once I had it, I wanted more of it. But it's fine. Like, it's fine because then I know that I can eat that on my high carb days now. So it's something that if I'm having like a tough cycle, I can just say, okay, so I can just have chili again on the first day. So the first day of the cycle again. So yeah, that was good. It was good to have that, especially after today at the gym. Mainly because Jess decided that my cooldown should be the hardest bit of the whole day, which is fine. Like, I understand why he did it, and it was good that I did it, but I found it very very hard. So let's just go through that now. So yeah, got to the gym after like not a kind of a stressful day, but a positive stressful day. It wasn't like stressful and I was just negative and stuff like that. It was I had an observed lesson this morning, so I had a graded lesson this morning. Didn't go how I wanted to. Um, I still think it's a little bit unfair, like just slightly unfair, but that's just life. And especially those of you who are teachers or know teachers, you'll understand that getting graded is stressful, and getting observed is stressful, um, and sometimes you do the right things, but you do them in the wrong order, and that's kind of what I did. I understand the comments from my observer and stuff like that, but I think it was slightly unfair. Like, yeah, that's so slightly unfair. Doesn't matter. Did another lesson after that, which went really well, and did another lesson after that, which went really well. So I had three, from my account, really good lessons today. So I was kind of positive. I was stressed out, but it was a good day. So yeah, I got to the gym, and yeah, it wasn't busy, not even particularly busy, but there was a lot of, let's call it, saturation around the bar area. So like I think there's a four Olympic bars in the gym, and all of them were either being used or in the process of being used. So I took a lot longer at the gym today because I should have been able to do my whole thing in about an hour, but it took me about almost 2 hours actually. So yeah, what I did was 4 sets of deadlifts on the bar, then on 40 kilos. 40 kilos? Yeah, 40 kilos. Definitely that. Actually, I didn't do it on the bar because I found it really hard. I find it really hard to just do it on the bar. So I put just small weights, 2.5 kilos each, so like 25 kilos in total, which is not much. And that's simply to give me the elevation so that I can put my feet under it and then lift, because that's a lot easier, and that's actually what you need to do when you do deadlifts. But I still kind of struggle with deadlifts. I don't really understand them. I understand what they do. I understand how they work your body. I still don't quite understand how to do one with like perfect form. But I think I kind of got there today. I think I did a few, and they were okay. But I was still not sure if I was doing right. So I called Jess over and said, "Can you just like look at what I'm doing and just say if I'm doing it wrong?" And I did a few, and he said, "No, what you're doing is fine. Just stick your bum out more." And after that, it kind of clicked. It kind of clicked that, okay, I know how to do this exercise, because it's more about keeping your back straight and your arms strong, but also like bringing your bum, well, not forward, but like pushing it backwards. So I kind of get it now. It's slightly hard because I'm trying to focus, obviously, my arms and my chest, but it's hard because you're doing a deadlift. If you're done a deadlift, sometimes you might do it too fast. So when you pull up, so let's say this is your back here, so you go up and you're meant to just stay there and then go back down. So sometimes you can go a little bit too in front, so like the weight will just like push on your back. And I did that a couple of times. It's not painful, but it's definitely uncomfortable. And I'm definitely feeling it now because my lower back kind of hurts. Well, it doesn't hurt, it's just achy. So yeah, deadlifts. Then I was meant to do bench press, but there was people using it, and I know those guys anyway, so I didn't want to bother them. I know they're like really like concentrated and stuff like that. So I went to do squats instead. I could have done squats in the bar, but I'd rather do them on the press anyway. So I just used them on the lay down press, the one that like kind of goes down, up and down, instead of like like the vertical press. So it's kind of like a horizontal press, if you can call it that. So yeah, did that. That was fine, completely fine. I was started on 20, then went up to 30, then 40, and then 50. And it was 50 was a bit of a struggle, but still fine. Then after that, went on to shoulder press on the bar, which was alright, pretty easy. So it's 20 kilos in the bar, so it's fine. Then went up to 25 kilos, so it's 2 sets of 20 and 2 sets of 25. 25s, they weren't hard. I definitely struggled on the last couple of reps on both sets, but I think my form was alright. It was definitely better than last week, because last week I was just trying to push with my upper body, but in this time I used a bit of momentum with my legs, which I think it's fine. I've seen other people do it, and I've seen like professionals do it as well. So it's just like you're obviously doing sort of like, if you were doing like an Olympic lift, you would push with your legs. I wasn't really pushing with my legs. It was just a bit of extra motion, so I could keep my back straight and not go. It's kind of the same as what I was saying in deadlift. Like if your back is straight and you're like pushing up, you don't want it to go too far, because you don't want your back to bend, and then like when you go down, it like hits, and you don't want that, because that's painful. So I didn't want that to happen. So I was just like trying to keep my back straight by bending my knees slightly. And after that, went on the bench press, but the bench press was still taken. So I went on the decline chest. And it's the first time I've done a decline, and it's pretty hard, because normally well, if you do a chest press, it's quite straight, so you always hit in the same spot, but it's still like quite up and down. So you're hitting like the chest here, and it still goes like quite like up and down. This one goes like further in front, so it's a weird angle, obviously, because you can't go the same way because you'll just hit the safety basically. So you have to go in front, and it was hard. But not only that, Jess decided, because Jess was helping me out. I believe it's called spotting. So yeah, Jess was helping me out, and yeah, we went from 20 kilos, which was fine, straight to 50. I was only meant to do 40 on the sheet. That's what it says, but he put 50 on, and it was definitely hard. Like, not only the new movement, but also trying to pull up 50. I mean, 50. If you weightlift, 50 is gonna sound like nothing at all. But 50 I can do on the incline chest, so it's kind of sitting down. I can do 56 on that, and it's not really a struggle. I can do it. But on the decline, having to go a different movement and free weights as well, I didn't. It was hard. Like, well, I don't know. I did find it hard, but at the same time, I only really struggled with the last few reps on the 3 remaining sets. And it's the very last rep I really struggled. But I got it done even with a spotter. But I mean, it's safety anyway. It's just so that it doesn't fall on my head. So yeah, that was fine. But then, for some reason, I thought, okay, so now I'll cool down now, and I read the sheet, and it said 20 minutes of treadmill on 8.0 elevation, so 8-meter elevation, and 6.0 speed. Now, that's high. That's pretty high and quite fast. So I tried for 5 minutes. Well, it was 20 minutes. Tried. I was doing it. I was really sweating, really struggling with my breathing. Got a really bad stitch. I felt sick. So I know you're not meant to do this, but I paused it. And I paused it simply because I felt, probably if you do go to the gym or do exercise, you probably felt this before. I felt like I was gonna go. I felt like my feet were not responding. So I kept like trying to move my feet, and I felt pale. Like, you know how sometimes you can feel like there's no blood in your face? I felt like that. So even though I should have probably lowered it, I paused it simply because I thought I was going to pass out. And that's never happened before. So then waited for a minute, tried to regain the breathing, and then just started again on the same speed, 8.0. Did it on 5 minutes, which was fine. After those 5 minutes was fine, but I still found it really hard to breathe. Like, I don't know what happened today, but breathing through my nose, I didn't feel like I was getting enough oxygen. And obviously, you don't want to breathe through your mouth because you'll get a stitch and you'll be in pain. So I was trying to get air through my nose, and I just couldn't. Like, it's not that I couldn't. It was just, it felt really slow. It felt like there wasn't enough air coming in. So I put it down to 5.5 on both, and then just worked my way up. So did 5.5, then 6.0. Well, this is elevation. So 5.5, 6.0, 6.5, 7.0, 7.5, 8.0. All of that in 5 minutes. So from 10 minutes to 15 minutes, that's what I did. I built it up, and then for the last 5 minutes, I did 8.0, 6.0, which was hard. It was hard, and I felt again like I was kind of losing, like blood flow in my head, which is not a good feeling. But at the same time, I really understood that all of the blood was going to my legs and my chest. So I just powered through, and then when it ended, did a bit of a cool down, and yeah, I told Jess, I was like, man, well, I'm not going to repeat exactly what I said, and it was kind of a joke anyway because it was hard, but I definitely understood what I said. Now it's gonna get harder, but you're gonna get better at it. Um, and yeah, I always understand. I always get it why he's like pushing me and stuff like that. Um, and I'm not gonna say he shouldn't have done it. It's just that from now on, well, not from now on, but maybe if I were to do something like that again, I would maybe try and build it up instead of just going straight in, because going straight in was a massive shock. But nothing against him, nothing, and he actually came round after I paused it, and he said, "Oh, good," and I said, "Well, look, I had to pause it because I felt really ill." And he said, "Oh well, if you do feel ill, just put it down." And then at the end, saying, "Well, yeah, that's what I did." Because I started to feel a bit sick again, and then I built it up, and it was like, "That's cool, you can do that, um, as long as your build up is bigger. Like, well, your exercise is bigger than the build up, so which is what happened. So I did 5 minutes of build up, and then 5 minutes of just that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was a hard day. It was a good day, but it was a hard day at the gym. But I had definitely a reward with that chili. So to say, I know you watch these, Jazz. I'm not blaming you at all. It's cool that you do stuff like this, and then I actually feel proud when I do it. So yeah, thanks for doing that. But for those of you that watch this and don't know Jess and don't know what he does and how it works, then I'm not in danger. I'm fine. I'm happy with it. It's just that sometimes, you know how sometimes you can, especially when you work out, you can just think, oh yeah, I can definitely do that. You look at something and you're like, well, I'm not sure, but I'll do it. I'll do it. That's what happened, and my mind worked a lot faster than my body. So yeah, it was kind of a shock, but I reckon I did a third of it. So I did 15 minutes on 8.0 elevation and 6.0 speed. So I did 3/4 of it, and 3/4 of it, after the first 5 minutes, I thought I wouldn't be able to do 20 minutes. So yeah. I just realised it's a very long video, so my bad. I'm just going to finish off now. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.